Tonight, as darkness settles across the earth and the familiar sounds of the day begin to fade, take a moment to look upward. Above you, scattered across the night sky, are thousands of tiny points of light. Some shine brightly, others barely pierce the darkness at all. For countless generations, human beings have gazed at these distant stars with wonder, curiosity, and quiet awe. And yet, there is something deeply comforting to realize. Every star you can see with your own eyes, every glittering point stretching from one horizon to the other, belongs to just one immense family, our family, the Milky Way Galaxy. For most of human history, this realization would have seemed astonishing enough. Ancient civilizations imagined the Milky Way as a celestial river, a pathway for gods, or a luminous veil stretched across the heavens. Even as astronomy advanced and telescopes grew more powerful, many scientists still believed that the Milky Way was the entire universe. Everything that existed, they thought, lay within this great band of stars. There was nothing beyond it. The universe was the Milky Way. But in the early 20th century, humanity's understanding of the cosmos changed forever. Using one of the most powerful telescopes of his time, astronomer Edwin Hubble carefully studied faint, misty objects then known as spiral nebulae. Through patient observation, he made a discovery so profound that it permanently expanded humanity's sense of home. These mysterious spirals were not clouds inside our galaxy. They were galaxies themselves, entire islands of stars, unimaginably distant, existing far beyond the boundaries of the Milky Way. In an instant, the universe became vastly larger than anyone had dared imagine. Today, astronomers estimate that the observable universe contains hundreds of billions of galaxies. Some studies even suggest there may be trillions of cosmic cities, each containing billions or even hundreds of billions of stars. Our own Milky Way alone contains somewhere between 100 and 400 billion stars. If you could travel at the speed of light, the fastest speed nature allows, it would still take approximately 100,000 years to cross from one side of our care galaxy to the other. And yet, on the scale of the universe, the Milky Way is only one among countless others. Astronomers often describe galaxies as cosmic islands, peacefully drifting through an immense dark ocean. Some are elegant spiral galaxies, their graceful arms slowly winding around brilliant centers. Others are giant elliptical galaxies, soft golden spheres containing ancient stars. Still others are irregular galaxies, possessing no obvious shape at all, sculpted by gravity into forms unlike anything found on Earth. Despite their immense populations, galaxies are surprisingly empty places. The distances separating individual stars are so vast that even when galaxies pass through one another, direct collisions between stars are extraordinarily rare. Space, it seems, is mostly silence, mostly emptiness. And yet, these immense islands are not standing still. Very slowly, almost imperceptibly, every galaxy is moving. Across billions of years, they drift, rotate, approach, and sometimes embrace one another in slow, graceful dances that unfold across cosmic time itself. Long before the Earth existed, before the sun ignited, before even the first stars began to shine, the universe was a vastly different place. Nearly 14 billion years ago, following the Big Bang, the cosmos was filled not with galaxies, but with an immense sea of primordial gas. Hydrogen and helium drifted silently through expanding space, spreading across a young universe still cooling from its fiery birth. At first, the cosmos was remarkably simple. But gravity, patient and persistent, slowly began its work. Over millions of years, tiny variations in density allowed vast clouds of gas to gather together. These immense structures grew ever larger, slowly collapsing under their own gravity. Deep within these gathering clouds, the first stars ignited, illuminating a universe that had once known only darkness. And so, the first galaxies were born. Even today, galaxies continue to create stars within enormous stellar nurseries, regions where gas and dust collect in delicate, glowing clouds stretching across hundreds of light years. Within these quiet cosmic cradles, gravity gently shapes new suns. If viewed from afar, these regions resemble luminous veils drifting through space, softly illuminated by newborn stars hidden within. Galaxies themselves are never truly still. Our own Milky Way rotates slowly through the darkness, completing one full revolution approximately every 230 million years. Since the age of the dinosaurs, our solar system has completed only a single orbit around the galactic center. The motion is so gradual that throughout an entire human lifetime, the stars appear almost unchanged. Yet over cosmic timescales, galaxies perform an elegant and continuous dance. Occasionally, two galaxies begin to approach one another. From a human perspective, such an encounter might sound catastrophic. But galactic mergers are not violent collisions in the traditional sense. Instead, they unfold over billions of years as gravity gently reshapes each galaxy, drawing them together in a slow celestial embrace. And one day, our own galaxy will join this dance. Approximately 4 billion years from now, the Milky Way and the neighboring Andromeda galaxy will begin to merge. Their spiral arms will stretch and intertwine across millions of light years, gradually forming an entirely new galaxy. Despite the unimaginable scale of this event, astronomers believe that individual stars will almost never collide. Space inside galaxies is simply too vast, too empty. Our own solar system may survive peacefully, carried into a new region of the merged galaxy, witnessing unfamiliar constellations in a transformed night sky. Yet beneath all of this motion lies an even deeper mystery. Galaxies rotate far too quickly for their visible matter alone to hold them together. By all known calculations, they should drift apart. But they do not. Something unseen surrounds them. Astronomers call it dark matter, invisible, silent, and still undetected directly. Dark matter appears to form enormous halos around galaxies, quietly providing the gravitational framework that binds the cosmos together. No one knows exactly what dark matter is. And yet, without it, galaxies, and perhaps life itself, might never have existed. In the quiet darkness between the stars, the universe still keeps some of its greatest secrets. If you could leave the Milky Way behind and drift silently through the depths of intergalactic space, you would soon discover that no two galaxies are exactly alike. Each is a world unto itself. Each carries its own history, its own rhythm, and its own quiet beauty. Among the most graceful is the Whirlpool Galaxy. Suspended some 30 million light-years away, it appears like a vast cosmic spiral painted across the darkness. Its sweeping arms, illuminated by billions of stars, curl gently around a brilliant central core, resembling an enormous celestial seashell drifting through space. Elsewhere lies the Sombrero Galaxy, one of the universe's most elegant creations. Seen from Earth, it resembles a luminous hat floating in the void, its bright central bulge encircled by a dark ring of dust stretching across 50,000 light-years. Then there is the Pinwheel Galaxy, a magnificent spiral so immense that it contains roughly 1 trillion stars, several times more than our own Milky Way. Across its graceful arms, new stars continue to emerge, filling the galaxy with a soft blue glow. Perhaps most unusual of all is the Cartwheel Galaxy. Long ago, another smaller galaxy passed directly through its center, sending ripples outward across space, much like a stone dropped into a still pond. Billions of years later, the resulting ring continues to expand, preserving the memory of that ancient encounter. Some galaxies, however, grow far larger still. Giant elliptical galaxies dominate the centers of vast galaxy clusters. These enormous structures can contain trillions of stars extending across millions of light-years. They are among the largest objects ever assembled by gravity. And hidden quietly at the center of nearly every large galaxy lies something extraordinary, a supermassive black hole. These cosmic giants contain millions, and sometimes billions, of times the mass of our Sun. Though black holes are often imagined as ravenous monsters, many spend long periods in peaceful inactivity. At the heart of our own Milky Way rests Sagittarius A, a supermassive black hole approximately 4 million times more massive than the Sun. For now, it remains remarkably calm, quietly residing in the galactic center, surrounded by countless stars, orbiting in silent obedience. As you gaze upward tonight, it is comforting to remember that some of the starlight reaching your eyes has traveled for thousands, millions, or even billions of years. Certain photons arriving on Earth this very moment began their journey long before humanity existed. You are, in a very real sense, looking into the deep past. Yet galaxies themselves are not isolated wanderers. Gravity gently gathers them into vast communities known as galaxy clusters. Clusters join together to form even larger structures called superclusters, creating an intricate cosmic network that spans the observable universe. Our Milky Way belongs to a modest collection known as the Local Group, which itself resides within the immense Laniakea supercluster, a cosmic family containing approximately 100,000 galaxies. Together, these countless galaxies form part of the cosmic web, a vast interconnected tapestry stretching across the universe. And within this immense web, every galaxy, every star, and every world remains quietly connected, participating in a story billions of years in the making. As vast and timeless as galaxies may appear, they are not eternal. Like all things in the universe, galaxies live through long and gradual cycles of change, evolving over spans of time so immense that they are difficult for the human mind to truly comprehend. At this very moment, throughout the cosmos, galaxies are slowly growing older. New stars continue to ignite inside glowing stellar nurseries, illuminating spiral arms with brilliant blue light. But this process cannot continue forever. The birth of stars depends upon vast reservoirs of cold gas drifting between the stars. With each passing generation, galaxies consume a portion of this precious material, transforming it into new suns, planets, and perhaps even life itself. Over trillions of years, these supplies will steadily diminish. The great stellar nurseries that once blazed with activity will gradually grow quiet. Fewer stars will be born. The galaxies of the distant future will become calmer places. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the universe will begin to change its appearance. The brilliant blue glow of youthful stars will fade, replaced by the softer golden light of aging suns. One by one, stars will exhaust their fuel, ending lives that may have lasted billions or even trillions of years. Across unimaginable ages, galaxies will grow darker, quieter, more still. Yet even as the stars fade, another process is already unfolding. The universe itself is expanding. Not only expanding, but accelerating. Galaxies beyond our local cosmic neighborhood are steadily moving away from one another, carried apart by the expansion of space itself. In the unimaginably distant future, this expansion will continue until many galaxies disappear beyond one another's observable horizons forever. Future civilizations, if any remain, may look into the night sky and see only their own isolated galaxy, unaware that countless others once filled the cosmos. In a sense, humanity lives during an extraordinarily fortunate moment in cosmic history. We exist during an age when galaxies still shine brightly across the heavens. An age when the universe remains visible. An age when conscious beings can look outward and discover the immense cosmic web surrounding them. And perhaps that is among the most remarkable facts of all. You are small. Certainly, compared to galaxies, stars, and superclusters, each human life occupies only the briefest instant. Yet despite our smallness, we possess something extraordinary. Awareness, the ability to wonder, the ability to understand. The atoms within your body were forged in ancient stars long before the Earth existed. In a very real way, the universe has become conscious of itself through minds like ours. So tonight, as you rest beneath the quiet sky, allow that thought to bring a sense of peace. Somewhere far beyond the reach of human imagination, countless galaxies continue their silent journeys through the darkness. They drift, they rotate, they slowly evolve. And they will continue their timeless dance long after this night has passed. As you close your eyes and drift toward sleep, the galaxies journey onward, just as they have for billions of years, moving silently through the infinite ocean of the cosmos. If you could drift silently between the galaxies, leaving behind the familiar stars of the Milky Way, one of the first things you might notice is something unexpected. The universe is not colorless, far from it. Galaxies, scattered across the vast darkness of space, glow in an astonishing variety of colors. Some shimmer with brilliant shades of blue, others radiate warm gold and soft amber light. A few appear crimson, while others reveal intricate combinations of pink, silver, violet, and deep black. Each color is beautiful, but more importantly, each color tells a story. To astronomers, a galaxy's color is like a cosmic biography, revealing clues about its age, its history, and the lives of the stars within it. Galaxies rich in young stars often shine with a bluish hue. These youthful stars burn extraordinarily hot, releasing immense amounts of energy into the surrounding space. Though they live relatively short lives, sometimes only millions of years, they illuminate entire spiral arms with a cool, luminous glow. When astronomers observe a galaxy bathed in blue light, they know they are witnessing a place where stars are actively being born. A galaxy full of youth, a galaxy still growing. Other galaxies glow with softer golden or reddish tones. These ancient systems contain older stars, many of which have been shining for billions of years. Cooler and more stable than their youthful blue counterparts, these stars create a warm, gentle radiance that speaks of cosmic maturity. Massive elliptical galaxies often display these rich golden colors, their brightest periods of star formation long since past. By carefully studying the colors of galaxies, astronomers can reconstruct events that unfolded across immense spans of time. They can determine when stars formed, when collisions occurred, when galaxies grew quiet. In this way, light itself becomes a record of cosmic history. Within galaxies, even more subtle colors emerge. Enormous clouds of hydrogen gas often glow in delicate shades of pink and crimson. These vast nebulae serve as stellar nurseries, where new stars are born amid slowly swirling gas and dust. Elsewhere, blue reflection, nebulae softly shine as starlight scatters through fine cosmic particles, creating luminous veils suspended across space. Threading through many galaxies are dark dust lanes, great rivers of interstellar material that absorb light, carving dramatic shadows across otherwise brilliant star fields. Remarkably, many of the breathtaking images captured by modern telescopes reveal colors beyond normal human vision. Space observatories detect invisible forms of light, including infrared, ultraviolet, and X-rays. Scientists then combine these different wavelengths, assigning visible colors to each, allowing us to glimpse aspects of the universe our eyes alone could never perceive. The vibrant portraits we admire are therefore more than photographs. They are translations, mosques carried across billions of light years. And every shade, every glow, every subtle variation in color tells a story that unfolded long before humanity ever looked skyward. In many ways, the universe speaks only one language. It speaks through light. And across the endless darkness of space, that ancient conversation has never ceased. As you rest beneath the night sky, it is easy to imagine that your eyes are showing you the universe as it truly is. After all, the stars appear bright and clear. The moon glows softly overhead. On the darkest nights, the pale river of the Milky Way stretches silently across the heavens. And yet, what we see is only a tiny fraction of reality. In truth, most of the universe is invisible to human eyes. The light our eyes can detect, what we call visible light, occupies only a narrow band within a vast spectrum of cosmic radiation. Beyond the familiar colors of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet lies an enormous hidden universe, forever present, yet naturally beyond our perception. For centuries, humanity believed that seeing the universe meant looking at it. Today, astronomers know that sometimes, to truly understand the cosmos, we must also learn to listen. Scattered across Earth are enormous radio telescopes, vast metallic dishes quietly pointed toward the sky. Rather than collecting visible light, these instruments detect radio waves emitted by distant objects throughout the universe. Some galaxies, known as radio galaxies, release colossal streams of energy from their centers, producing giant jets that extend millions of light years into space. Invisible to ordinary eyes, these immense structures become visible only when observed through radio telescopes. Suddenly, a galaxy that once appeared calm and ordinary reveals an entirely different identity. The same is true across the electromagnetic spectrum. Galaxies emit light in every possible wavelength, from low-energy radio waves to powerful X-rays. Infrared observations allow astronomers to peer through thick clouds of cosmic dust that would otherwise obscure their view. Hidden within these dusty regions are newborn stars, still wrapped in the material from which they formed. To visible light telescopes, these stellar nurseries appear dark and empty. But in infrared light, they glow with extraordinary beauty. Entire generations of stars emerge from the darkness. X-ray telescopes reveal yet another universe. They expose regions of extreme energy, superheated gas swirling around black holes, exploding stars, and immense clusters of galaxies filled with plasma, heated to millions of degrees. With every new wavelength, the universe changes its appearance. A familiar galaxy seen in visible light may appear serene and orderly. Viewed in infrared, it becomes a landscape of hidden star birth. In X-rays, it transforms again, revealing violent processes otherwise concealed. Modern observatories, such as the Hubble Space Telescope, the James Webb Space Telescope, and the Chandra X-ray Observatory, have each opened new windows onto these invisible realms. Together, they remind us of something profound. The universe is far richer than our senses alone can reveal. At every moment, countless unseen wonders surround us. Invisible starlight passes silently through your room. Ancient radio waves continue journeys that began before humanity existed. Distant galaxies whisper across the darkness. And although we cannot perceive most of this hidden cosmos directly, it is there nonetheless, peacefully accompanying us night after night as we sleep beneath the stars. Perhaps there is comfort in that thought. The universe is larger, deeper, and more beautiful than we can ever fully see. And still, it patiently shares its secrets with those willing to listen. As you gaze into the darkness above, you are doing something extraordinary. You are looking back in time, unlike sound, which fades quickly into silence. Light can travel across the universe for billions of years, because light moves at a finite speed, nearly 300,000 kilometers every second. Everything we see in the cosmos appears not as it is now, but as it was when its light first began its journey. The moon appears as it was just over a second ago, the sun as it was 8 minutes ago, the nearest stars as they were years ago, and the distant galaxies as they were millions or even billions of years in the past. The deeper astronomers peer into space, the further backward in time they travel. Some of the most distant galaxies ever observed are so far away that their light has been traveling for more than 13 billion years before finally reaching Earth. When we observe these ancient systems, we are witnessing the universe during its earliest chapters. We see galaxies not as they are today, but as they existed when the cosmos itself was still young. In those distant ages, the universe looked very different. Modern galaxies, with their graceful spiral arms and orderly structures, had not yet fully formed. Instead, the young cosmos was a turbulent and energetic place. Small proto-galaxies collided, merged, and evolved rapidly, gradually assembling the immense cosmic structures we see today. The universe was still discovering its shape. For a long time after the Big Bang, the cosmos remained dark. There were no stars, no planets, no galaxies, only expanding clouds of primordial hydrogen and helium drifting through an immense darkness. Astronomers sometimes call this era the Cosmic Dark Ages. Then, slowly, gravity began to gather matter into the first dense regions. Deep within these clouds, the very first stars ignited. After hundreds of millions of years of darkness, light returned to the universe. These first stars were unlike most stars we see today. Many were extraordinarily massive, shining brilliantly before ending their lives in spectacular explosions that seeded the cosmos with heavier elements: carbon, oxygen, iron, the very ingredients that would one day become planets, oceans, and living beings. Modern observatories, particularly the James Webb Space Telescope, are now allowing humanity to peer farther into cosmic history than ever before. Astronomers have already identified galaxies that formed only a few 100 million years after the Big Bang, astonishingly early in the universe's history. Each of these faint, ancient galaxies appears as a delicate smudge of light, yet within that light lies an extraordinary treasure, mirror. The photons arriving at our telescopes tonight began their journeys billions of years ago. They carry with them information preserved across cosmic time, offering glimpses into moments that would otherwise be forever lost. Ancient starlight is, in many ways, a message from the dawn of existence itself. And perhaps that is why humanity continues to search ever deeper into space, because in seeking the first galaxies, we are also searching for something profoundly personal. We are searching for our own beginnings, for somewhere hidden within that ancient light lies the story of how the universe eventually became capable of asking where it came from. If you could somehow travel far beyond the Milky Way, beyond the neighboring galaxies of the local group, beyond even the largest galaxy clusters known to science, you might expect the universe to appear random. You might imagine galaxies scattered aimlessly across an endless sea of darkness. But the universe is far more organized than it first appears. On the largest scales imaginable, the cosmos reveals an astonishing hidden architecture. Galaxies are not distributed randomly throughout space. Instead, they gather together, forming immense structures that stretch across hundreds of millions of light years. These colossal arrangements create one of the most beautiful discoveries in all of astronomy. The cosmic web seen from a sufficiently great distance. The observable universe resembles an enormous network of luminous threads woven through darkness. Along these threads, countless galaxies cluster together, forming vast interconnected filaments that span unimaginable distances. Between these filaments lie enormous voids, immense regions of space containing very few galaxies at all. Some of these cosmic voids measure hundreds of millions of light-years across. If our Milky Way were somehow located within one of these vast empty regions, the night sky might appear almost entirely dark, with very few neighboring galaxies visible at all. Fortunately, we reside within a far richer cosmic environment. The filaments of the cosmic web connect together to form gigantic structures known as superclusters. These immense collections contain thousands upon thousands of galaxies, all gently bound together by gravity. Over billions of years, gravity patiently sculpted this grand design. Following the Big Bang, tiny fluctuations in the density of matter provided the seeds from which all cosmic structure would eventually grow. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, gravity amplified these small differences, drawing matter together across unimaginable distances. Galaxies formed, clusters emerged, filaments expanded, and gradually the vast cosmic web took shape. Even now, this process continues. The universe remains dynamic, forever evolving on timescales far beyond human experience. Our own Milky Way occupies only a tiny location within this immense structure. We belong to the local group, a modest gathering of galaxies that itself resides along the outskirts of the far larger Laniakea supercluster. And Laniakea, enormous though it may seem, is merely one region among countless others woven throughout the observable cosmos. It is humbling to contemplate human civilization, with all its history, achievements and dreams, exists upon a small planet orbiting an ordinary star, located within a single galaxy, positioned along one delicate strand of an unimaginably vast cosmic tapestry. And yet, despite our smallness, we have discovered this tapestry. We have learned to map the architecture of the universe itself. Perhaps that is one of the quiet miracles of consciousness. Tiny beings living for only brief moments beneath the stars have become capable of understanding structures billions of light years in size. So tonight, as you drift toward sleep, imagine the cosmic web stretching silently through the darkness. Countless galaxies glowing softly along luminous filaments, vast empty voids resting peacefully between them. And somewhere, upon one tiny strand of that immense celestial network, the Earth continues its gentle journey through the cosmos. On a quiet night, beneath a sky filled with distant stars, it is difficult not to wonder, are we alone? It is perhaps one of the oldest questions humanity has ever asked. Long before telescopes, before science, and before civilizations rose and fell, human beings looked upward and imagined that somewhere beyond the darkness, other minds might exist. Today, modern astronomy has transformed that ancient question. We now know that the universe is vastly larger than our ancestors could ever have imagined. The observable universe contains hundreds of billions, perhaps even trillions of galaxies. Each galaxy contains billions of stars. Around many of those stars orbit planets, moons, and worlds yet unseen. In our own Milky Way alone, astronomers estimate that there may be hundreds of billions of planets. Many scientists now believe that planets capable of supporting liquid water, and perhaps life, may be common throughout the cosmos. Over the past few decades, powerful observatories have discovered thousands of planets orbiting distant stars. Some reside within regions known as habitable zones, where temperatures may allow water to remain liquid on a planet's surface. These discoveries have gradually changed our perspective. Life on Earth may be extraordinary, but it may not be unique. And yet, despite these immense possibilities, the universe remains profoundly vast. The distances separating stars are almost beyond comprehension. Even traveling at the speed of light, reaching the nearest star system beyond our own would require more than 4 years. Crossing the Milky Way would take 100,000 years. Traveling between galaxies would demand journeys lasting millions of years. The enormous scale of the cosmos presents a quiet challenge. If civilizations exist elsewhere, they may simply be separated by distances so immense that meeting one another becomes extraordinarily difficult. This realization has given rise to a contemplative idea, sometimes called cosmic loneliness. Perhaps intelligent civilizations are scattered throughout the galaxies, each living beneath its own sky, wondering whether it is alone. Perhaps, somewhere within a distant spiral galaxy, another civilization gazes upward on a peaceful evening, studying the stars and asking the very same questions we ask tonight. Who else is out there? Does anyone share this universe with us? Are we alone in wondering? For now, we do not know. Humanity continues to search. Radio telescopes quietly listen for signals from distant worlds. Spacecraft explore our solar system in search of microbial life. New observatories examine the atmospheres of exoplanets, searching for subtle signs of biology. The search itself has become part of our story, because whether or not we eventually discover life elsewhere, the journey has already revealed something remarkable. It has shown us the rarity, and preciousness of life on Earth. It has deepened our appreciation for our own fragile world, and perhaps most importantly, it has reminded us that consciousness itself is among the universe's greatest mysteries. Somehow, in a cosmos of stars, galaxies, gas, and dust, matter became aware. The universe learned to reflect upon itself. Whether humanity is alone or one among many, that fact remains astonishing. For tonight, somewhere in this vast and ancient cosmos, consciousness exists, and through you, the universe is quietly contemplating its own existence beneath the stars. And now, as our journey through the galaxies slowly draws to a close, allow yourself to simply drift. There is nothing more to understand, nothing more to seek. Only the quiet presence of the cosmos, unfolding as it always has. Throughout this journey, we have traveled across unimaginable distances. We have wandered among spiral galaxies, listened to the invisible universe, witnessed ancient starlight from the dawn of time, and traced the immense filaments of the cosmic web stretching across billions of light years. And perhaps, through it all, one truth has become clear. The universe is vast beyond measure, yet somehow it is also deeply familiar. Tonight, as you rest beneath the night sky, remember that every star visible to your eyes belongs to a galaxy, quietly turning through space. The Milky Way itself rotates in majestic silence, completing a single revolution only once every 230 million years. Long before human civilization emerged, our galaxy was turning. Long after the cities of today have faded into history, it will continue its gentle rotation. Civilizations rise, civilizations fall, empires appear and disappear. Generations come and go. Yet above it all, the galaxies continue their timeless dance, slow, steady, unhurried. Perhaps you can imagine yourself now, floating peacefully between the stars. No sound, no gravity, only stillness. Around you stretches an endless ocean of darkness, softly illuminated by distant galaxies shining like islands of light. Some glow nearby. Others are so distant that their light began its journey long before the Earth itself had formed. There is no fear here, only quiet, only wonder. And as you drift through this cosmic ocean, it is worth remembering something extraordinary. The atoms within your body are ancient, the carbon in your cells, the oxygen you breathe, the calcium in your bones, and the iron flowing through your blood were all forged within stars that lived and died billions of years ago. You are not merely observing the universe. You are part of it. The boundary between yourself and the cosmos is not as clear as it may seem. You are, in the deepest sense, made of starlight, a small, conscious expression of a universe that has been evolving for nearly 14 billion years. And perhaps there is comfort in that realization. You have never truly been separate from the cosmos. You have always belonged to it. So now, as your thoughts begin to slow and sleep gently approaches, allow the immensity of the universe to hold you. Somewhere beyond the reach of imagination, countless galaxies continue their silent journeys through the dark. Stars are being born. Ancient suns are fading. Galaxies drift slowly along the filaments of the cosmic web. And throughout it all, the universe carries on. Serene, ponent, eternal. As you drift into sleep tonight, the cosmos continues its timeless voyage, just as it has for billions of years. Quietly, endlessly, beneath the stars.